The time a massive bit of thing hit me in the head and caused blood to squirt everywhere. Yeah. So this video is going to be about the time that a massive, I say massive, it was averagely large bit of flint smacked me in the back of the head and caused a massive gash, which looked quite phenomenal at the time, and I was quite proud. So basically this day started off as any other, you're chilling, you go to school, you see your friends, you attempt to do work, but don't really, because you found out that pens can draw on your skin, and you just spend the whole day doodling faces on your arm. So the day ended, and we head out down the park, because, it's summer, and when you're like the age of, I don't know, 8, so you think the park's God's gift to the planet. So we're there chilling at the park, and because we think we're phenomenal and we're like solid, we decide that the massive lumps of flint that we had found at the corner of the park needed to be launched over the fence. So we're all stood there launching these bits of flint over, and I launch my flint, I'm like, oh, that's cool. So then I just sit on the floor. That was my mistake. Never sit down and not pay attention to what's happening when there's large lumps of material being launched over a fence. That was my mistake. I shouldn't have sat down and assumed that I was safe, because I wasn't safe. I was in the definition of unsafe. So my friend launches this piece of flint. Also, side note, I don't hold anything against him. To be honest, I kind of laugh looking back on it. So yeah. So he launches this piece of flint at the fence, and it doesn't go over the fence. It catches the top of the fence and ricochets. It gets sent flying, and it comes down, and it cracks me on the back of the head. And because it's flint, it just has sharp edges all on it, and it gashes the back of my head open. Everyone is silent. Everyone looks at me and makes the face of, oh no. And I don't really know what's just happened, because you hit that stage of, I think something bad's happened because they're looking at me weird, but I don't really know what's happening. So they all, peg it across the field with the faces of, oh, we're going to die. And they peg it back to my mum, and I'm sat there and I'm walking across the field, and my back of my head's starting to feel a bit wet now. And I'll touch the back of my head, and I'll whip my hand round, and it looks like I've been eating a bacon sandwich with ketchup in it. It's all squared in my hand. My hand was bright red. It was not good. But because I was also very smart, I thought, do you know what? This provides the best opportunity. As I'm walking back across the field, I'm like, I've always wanted to know what my skull feels like. So I'm walking across the field, and I'm prodding my finger in this gash in the back of my head. And I gotta be honest, it's quite a weird sensation to feel your cold, dirty finger from playing with rocks squidge through this gash in the back of your head and fondle about with your noggin. It's weird, but it was, I felt proud of myself, and I get over the other side of the field, and I just go to my mum, I was like, does it look bad? And spin round, and my previously, baby blue school uniform was there with red all down the back. And my friend was freaking out, and his parents were like, oh my god. I'm like, to be honest, I feel pretty solid right now. So, an ambulance has already been called to the park, because another girl at the park had been on the, little monkey bar things, and was swinging upside down, and, fell off, and landed on her head, and was acting kind of strange, so they're like, she could have concussion or something. So I call an ambulance, the ambulance comes, looks at her, and they're like, alright, she's alright. And then I walk up, and I'm like, I think you might want to look at this. And I just spin round, and their face of, oh, fuck's sake. It was phenomenal. It was the best experience. So I'm sat there all looking at me like, yeah, you should probably take him to a hospital. So I go over to the hospital. They do the whole thing of where they pull out a glue gun. I say glue gun. It was like that little special glue. And they glue me back together. And I was free. The next day at school, oh, it was best. I arrived late because my family is late to everything that's partially important. No matter what, we could be half an hour early. We'll still leave the house at least 10 minutes later than we should have done, every time, without fail. So we get there, and all the kids have, for some reason, gotten to school early, and someone had made a card for me, saying, I hope you feel better soon, and gave it to me, and everyone had signed it. I don't even know how everyone had signed it before I had got there. I was pretty impressed with my class's dedication to making a card for me the idiot who thought it was safe to sit down where people were launching rocks over a fence. Oh well, it doesn't matter. But anyway, I was the cool kid for a while, and I was pretty proud of that. So yeah, that's the story of how I was stupid enough to sit in a danger zone, and